Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Krista Perry and joining me is Brian Doyle from Doyle Saluski, licensed trustees in insolvency and restructuring, and we're talking about proposals today. Now, Brian, people sometimes get into bad financial situations. It happens. Now, someone can come to you and say, here's what I owe. Would a proposal be a good idea? And you can answer that. So what are the technical details if somebody's coming in to do a proposal?
Well, the most important thing is, can they afford an amount to pay back creditors over and above their monthly requirements to live and support their family in a reasonable fashion? And those are the key words. I mean, we cannot really go 2, 3, 4 years into a payment plan where things are too difficult for a family or an individual. So we must have something that's going to have long-term sustainability. So how much is that budget? How much can be paid back? And then we look at it and will creditors accept this? And we've had creditors accept 1%, 2%, 10%, 20%, and it goes up there, and of course 100%. What we have to do a comparison between doing a proposal and the alternative being a bankruptcy. That will often sway creditors because they realize that in a bankruptcy they get very little, if not anything. Right. So it often convinces creditors to cooperate, that they're better off working with a person who's fallen into unfortunate circumstances and can't meet the credit card payments and the loan payments, etc., and the rigors of daily living. In fact, today I think we're going to see far more proposals being filed. Hydro rates are going up. We just saw the price of beef. We were talking about it at lunch, going up by 44% in 4 years. Yeah. It's very difficult, and most of our clients look at beef and they just roll their eyes. It's tough. It's tough. But the important thing about a proposal is that you don't need all your creditors to accept it. Only 50% of those who vote bind everybody.
Really?
Right. So all the creditors will be bound by those who vote and accept, and we only need a 50% majority. So these carry the day, and that's why we have a high percentage of acceptances for these types of restructurings, and that's why they're so popular. The administration has been reduced substantially, and people can come in, we can have an assessment, we can do the actual sign-up and get the thing done within 45 days. We get the replies back from the creditors. There may be a little additional negotiation, but then people are on their way to either an immediate restructuring or one that goes over a number of months or a number of years, depending on their circumstances.
Now, I know a lot of people feel so much stress when they're in this situation that they owe money and are thinking about doing a proposal. When the creditor accepts the proposal, what you propose to them, that you pay them, are they still going to hound you? No,
it's over. The fact is, it's now law. Whatever has been agreed to is a legal contract, and it's enforced by the licensed trustee. That's why it's important to deal with a licensed trustee as opposed to a credit counselor or a debt settlement company. First of all, we're government supervised and monitored, we're trained, we're professional, and we have the ability to enforce the law.
So when putting this proposal together, does the client have to, say $20 to this guy, $20 to that guy, $40 to that? Do they have to work out all those finances, or do you take care of that for them?
We take care of that for them. What we're looking for is one monthly payment to the licensed trustee in insolvency and restructuring, and that is it. It includes all fees, everything that has to be paid. You pay that one payment, one low monthly payment for 12, 24, 60 months, whatever we agree to, and that is it. Once you've made those payments, you are then debt-free, and that's very important. And how important is that for somebody in their late 40s or early 50s looking into retirement? Exactly. It's huge, because we're seeing so many seniors in financial trouble these days.
How long does a proposal go on your credit rating for?
When you're discharged, you've made all your payments. 3 years later, it'll fall off your credit rating. But you can still get credit. It depends on your cash flow and other factors that the credit granting companies will give you. Everybody's different, and everybody has different policies that they enact. So it depends on your income, depends on security, and for example, if you're going to buy a house, you can go and buy a house. It's a question of how much money you have to put down. But the joy of doing a proposal is that you do a proposal based on your circumstances in time. If Aunt Sally dies a year or two later, you're still not finished your proposal, it doesn't mean you lose that gift from Aunt Sally. You can actually pay off your proposal earlier, the same amount, and then you can go on. Plus, if you don't have to pay the proposal off, you could use that money to buy a house, a larger down payment perhaps.
Well, so things don't look so bleak now that we've discussed proposals. If somebody's looking at maybe doing a proposal and needs more information, how can they get in touch with Doyle Soluski?
Simply visit our website, doylesoluski.ca, or call us at 613-237-5555 and arrange an appointment. Prepare to spend at least an hour with one of our trained directors. We've got directors who've been with us 20 years and have been working diligently in this industry helping people help themselves.